So you see, this is results of our experiment. This is room number 1. And as you see, we did some time before we started, and it was about 45 minutes here. And we compare what was in the background before and what was it some real influence of our meditation and other processes. So if you see first maybe 15 minutes in this record, this is just adjustment of a Sputnik to the room, so we don't pay attention to this. But then we see all the readings was on the level of 4,700 in the background. You see?
Yes. Yeah.
Then it came down. It means that people was here, gathering here, and people was preparing. And we see, so signal came down. So song and the beginning of meditation, signal was on the same level. And statistically, this level is below of this level. So if we compare this time with this time, we see statistically significant difference.
Okay.
Then when in the middle of meditation, after some time, after about 10 minutes of meditation, signal came down dramatically, you see.
Yeah.
Came to very low level, much lower than before. Again, statistically significant difference. When it was Rabbi started here.
Yes.
And we see signal was at the lower level. And of course, I don't know whether it was influenced still the influence of meditation or the influence of Rabbi. We can't.
But it's going up slowly.
Yes, it's going up slowly. But then it was at some lower level still during all of the moment. Then we ended and signal came up dramatically. So it is confirmation that all this event was due to meditation. And then when it started and it was over, signal came up to the same level practically, even higher.
Okay, so if you can just tell in 1 minute, why when the signal is going down?
You see, the typical effect of meditation is balancing of environment.
Okay.
And when we have lower signal of our sensor, we correlate it with more balanced environment, with more calm environment, with more peaceful environment. So
because what there is less?
Because we are measuring I would say the intensity of environment. From physical point of view, we are measuring distribution of standing electromagnetic fields in space. And response depends on how active the environment. So when signal came down, it means environment became much more balanced, much more calm. Okay? And this is the technical effect of many meditations that we did with Joe Dispenza, many other people. So it is in room 1, it was very clear statistical effect. And we have another graph. This is a parameter that we are we have developed and we are measuring. This is activity level of environment. And green, it means that activity level of environment was very good in all the time. Because it means the room was very good. Now let's go to room 2. We have even more clear effect. So you see again, background for half an hour, signal was quite strong. It was different numbers compared with previous graph, but quite strong. And then we started and immediately signal broke down. It means that people who was in the room, they had very good, I would say, intention for this. And all the time for meditation, signal was very low. You see, it came tremendously, dramatically down, really dramatically. When Rabbi started, you see, it was signal came back to initial level initially, but then it was some effect. So it was real effect again with Rabbi. But when he, when it was over and till the last song. Signal was very low, but then it came to initial level. So again, it is clear effect, very clear effect of meditation, some effect of Rabbi. We see.
Okay.
But then signal came to the same level, so it shows us that statistically we had a real significant effect of our meditation and activity. But when it's over, and signal came back to initial level. So it's very good indication of the effect of meditation. And again, we see this very low activity level. It means that it was very positive for people all the time. You see, it even came down to very, very low state. So we practically at the zero level. And this means that activity of environment was very low. So atmosphere was very, very calm, which correlates with effect of meditation. So very, very calm atmosphere in the room. Okay, number 3. Again, very clear effect. You see, even much more clear than in other rooms. So it was, you see, this is background for 35 minutes. And then you see here, effect of over the process from the very beginning, from the start, was very clear. So signal came down dramatically, mostly in meditation. To my mind, the result was very good, really very good in all the rooms. And you see here, signal came down dramatically and was very low all the time. So it was very clear effect. And activity level of environment before meditation and in the beginning it was a little bit higher, but then it was a very, very calm state. So again, very good. But what's interesting, you see, I made this record, same record in St. Petersburg.
Yes. And
it's because I did it for an hour before we started, you see. And signal was quite low. But then after we started and mostly in meditation, it came up.
So what does it mean?
It means that somehow my sensor was activated due to this event. And it was a relation with your event.
So, but it's the opposite.
And yes, because I didn't make meditation. It was left in closed room. Room was closed. Nobody was there. It was not the automatic regime. And of course, a sensor just received some effect in universe. It's very interesting, but of course, this it's very difficult to make interpretation of this one. Why is it so? We don't know.
Okay.
We don't understand, but still what's interesting, we have this effect. We have this clear effect of, because for 1 hour, signal was quite stable.
Yeah.
And when you start meditation, signal came up.
Okay.
Very strange. I don't know what does it mean. I have no explanation at all. I have no idea how we can interpret these results. But you see, again, it's interesting. And you see, in that room, activity level was very high. So it was not very good for people. Maybe it was related to weather, because we had quite bad weather, turmoil weather by that day. Maybe to somewhere else. But you see, this is effect. Very interesting.
Yeah. So maybe we influence the weather.
Maybe you influence the universe. No, it's not a joke. Maybe this meditation, you had influence to the universe, and the universe responded somehow. So it was calmed down in all the rooms where you did it. But maybe in other parts of the world, it was some turmoil because of this. Maybe, I don't know, you see. We got one result with my measurement. Nobody else did this. So it's interesting, because we had many cases when we did remote intention influence. And it was clear effect. We did it with Lindmark target, we did it with Filippi, we did it with Christos Rsinakis, with other people as well. So it was with intention, focused intention on our laboratory, it was clear effect. So here,
all the time. Yeah.
Yes. So we have some effect here as well. Very clear effect. Of course, I don't know whether it would be possible to use this graph or not. It's up to you. You decide. But you see, effect is here. So altogether, you see, results are, seems to me, very good. It's all, of course, in our records. There's no doubts in the effect of your process, of your meditation process.
Okay, so now the big question is, do you see a difference between the room?
We see clear difference.
So tell me.
The strongest effect was in room number 3.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yes. It was the strongest effect and very clear effect.
Wow.
No. Yes, in room number 2 as well, it was a good effect. But it's interesting in room number 2, when they finish process, signal came up. You see? Then again it came down, then they finished and signal came up again to the same level. So that's interesting. It means that somehow people switched on and switched off in this room. While in room number 3, people was always included in the process all the time, even after it was over.
Okay.
Longer. In room number 1, again, it was very good effect of the process itself all the time. Hour, but then signal came, people was, it stopped and signal came up, down, came up to the previous level. So when it was over, it was over. Of course, I don't know how long people were staying in the room.
All the time. And the people were staying in the room, didn't leave the room, didn't open, didn't do anything. No cell phone. They took all cell phone from the room. So no any influence of this.
If effect is what is good as well. Effect is different in different rooms. It means that it's not just some random variation of a signal, but it's clear reflection of the process that was coming in the room. Because in every room, it was a little bit different.
So it's mean that the meditation doesn't matter if it's 1, 2, or 3, or it did some effect. It's nice.
Yes, it's very good. It's very good that in all the rooms we had this effect. It's different. That again, it's very good because it shows us that it was in every room, it was people did it maybe differently, but in every room we have absolutely effect, statistically significant effect.
Yeah, and in room number 2, there was a strong effect of the rabbi.
Yes, it was very strong effect, but you see, the difference is because in room number 1, after meditation, it was very strong effect of meditation. And it was not clear whether he added something to this or not. In room number 2, after meditation was over, was finished, signal came up to the previous level, the background.
Yeah.
And then it was effect of rabbi. In room number 3, we don't. It was effect, maybe not, because we see clear effect of meditation. You see, clear. But then signal came to some level and was on this level.
Yeah.
It is. We don't know whether it was after effect of meditation that we all will see. Is after effect of meditation, or it was some effect of rabbi. So it's impossible to tell this. I'm really happy that when we have this very clear results, very clear. Really very
okay.
Clear. So it was nice to see you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
ותצאו שמחים